Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about A Good Person. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. This movie's directed, who was Zach Braff. Okay. This guy, he's both a actor and a director. So, yeah, two for one combo here. Let's talk about his directorial credits. I know there's Garden State, which I believe is a good movie. I'm not sure. I haven't looked too much into it, but I guess I'm about to find out off screen. Uh, Garden State. Yeah, it got apparently good reception, and it was a hit. So yeah, yeah. So apparently, the term manic pixie dream girl that apparently came from Garden State. I was like, that's interesting. I didn't know that. What else do we have? Wish I Was Here. I don't think that did great. No, it didn't. Going in Style did fine, did all right, I guess. But yeah, his main claim to fame is Garden State. I guess his acting credits. I mean, what do we have here? He was I don't think I think he may have been a voice in Oz the Great and Powerful because I don't remember seeing his face. Oh, he voiced Chicken Little. God, that is a movie that deserves to be lost to the sands of time. Okay, that movie is a disaster, if you ask me. I mean, it's a movie I watched as a kid. There's a lot of stuff I liked as a kid that I know now was trash, and Chicken Little is pretty high up there. Not to mention, that movie has one of the worst fathers in all of movies. Not because like he's not even like. I know I'm going on a tangent, but seeing Chicken Little, it brings out some really bad feelings in me. Just thinking about Chicken Little's dad and how awful he is, how he basically just thought his son was a huge disappointment, an embarrassment, chose the town over his own kid. Terrible. But yeah, you can tell I'm really interested in the movie I'm doing a predictive video on when I'm talking about Chicken Little more. Um, but yeah, like Zach Braff, he's done some stuff that has done pretty well. So I guess that's a minor pro. Might as well mention our two leads, Florence Pugh, who's Black Widow's sister, basically. Yelena in who debuted in the Black Widow movie, and she was also in Hawkeye, I believe. I'm pretty sure she's supposed to show up in another movie. Is it Thunderbolts or something? I don't remember. But she was probably my favorite character out of Black Widow, so there's that. She's been in a lot of stuff recently in the past few years. Midsommar, Little Women, Don't Worry Darling, and she's going to be in both Oppenheimer and Dune Part 2 later this year. So, yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff. She's You could definitely say she's a very recognizable face, even more than ever thanks to movies like Black Widow and Don't Worry Darling. What else? Oh, Morgan Freeman, absolute legend. This man's been feels like every movie that's ever existed. Like the list is so long. It's absurd. Trying to think of like the first one that I can really think of. I guess Driving Miss Daisy is like the first one. He was in the Robin Hood movie with He was really. Oh, okay. Um, let's see. Unforgiven, Clint Eastwood, Shawshank Redemption. Everybody knows that one. Even though the movie didn't do well in theaters, it did a whole lot better on home media and stuff. And now it's become a classic. Seven, that's a big one. That's a classic. Uh, trying to think of others. I miss. I don't. I missed that. I missed that. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Oh, he was the OG Alex Cross before Tyler Perry took it over and killed the brand. um, he was like the he was Alex Cross in Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. There's Deep Impact where he was the president. This was a full decade before Obama, by the way. Just want to mention that. The Sum of All Fears, Bruce Almighty, where he literally played God. I mean, with his voice, I mean, he definitely fits the role of God. As I would say, that was definitely a good casting choice. Million Dollar Baby, Batman Begins. A lot of these are kind of just supporting roles, but not like he's the main star. He was the narrator in War of the Worlds, but I don't think a narrator really counts here. It's Evan Almighty, which was a huge disaster. The Bucket List, Wanted, The Dark Knight, Invictus, Red, Dolphin Tale, Dark Knight Rises, Las Vegas, Olympus Has Fallen, Oblivion, Now You See Me. Good God, man. This man had four movies. Four movies in 2013. This dude was a madman. um, he voiced in the Lego movie. There's Lucy, there's Dolphin Tale 2, Ted 2, Now You See Me 2, London Has Fallen, that god awful Ben Hur movie that nobody watched. Just mentioned Going in Style, that Nutcracker movie nobody watched, Angel Has Fallen, and Man's Wife's Bodyguard. Now we're here. So lots of stuff. It's been in so much stuff. It's absurd. So yeah, I'd say the cast and the crew. I guess it's a minor pro in the grand scheme of things. They're recognizable, so I mean that's a good thing. So that's a pro. Um, trying to think of other pros. I'm kind of struggling. um, I really shoot like what else is there? um, trying to. I don't know. I mean, its audience score is very high. It's at a 97%. I mean, compared to its critic score is 50, its critic score is 53%, which is not great at all. But 97% audience score. I mean, it shows that the people who did watch the movie liked the movie. So I guess there's that. So I'm labeling that as a minor pro. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I guess competition isn't too bad. Well, I mean, there's Air coming out next week, which I feel like might hurt this movie's chances a bit, but I don't know. I guess this weekend competition isn't the worst, so that's a minor pro. I give up. I give up with pros. Cons, that 53% critic score, that doesn't look great. It kind of just screams that the movie is just, eh, it's fine. Like, it's not amazing, it's just okay. But yeah, obviously, you want your score to be higher so that way you can use it for marketing purposes. And no one's going to market a 53%. No one's going to do that unless they're insane. But yeah, that 53% critic score, that's a con in my book. Another con is that this movie's gotten like no real advertising. I haven't seen a single ad for this movie at all. I've seen nothing. It's just no one really cares about it at all. There's been no attention surrounding it. It's been nothing, just nothing. So yeah, severe lack of advertising con. Another con is that there are a lot of movies out right now that are a lot more appealing. I mean, this weekend is Dungeons and Dragons. That's literally going to be the only movie anybody watches this weekend. And maybe John Wick 4 again. But besides those two, a whole lot of nothing. um, And yeah, and not to mention next week there's the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I'm expecting to be a big hit. Air could do really well next weekend. It could surprise. And then like April is filled with a lot of movies that I don't think it will do super great, but there's gonna be so much that this movie's gonna get drowned out. So yeah, that's a problem. So competition coming up. Huge, huge problem. Con. Another con is that this movie opened in limited release last week, I believe. Yes, last week. It didn't do that good at all. Opened with like 800,000, like 500 something theaters, which, that does not bode well for its wide release. It's only getting like 100 theaters, but because it's in 600 plus, it counts as wide, which is why I'm even talking about it. So, yeah, it's limited ish run bad. It did not have a good run. I can't imagine this weekend's going to be any better. So, that's a con. Um, is limited run. I can't think of anything else. I think covered all the main points. Yeah. So opening weekend, ooh, I guess $1 million, give or take a couple hundred million, a couple hundred thousand, either below it or above it. I don't know. It's only in like 680 something theaters, so I'm not expecting really much of anything. It could go down after its first weekend, despite the theater count. But maybe. You know what? 500,000 to 1 million. That's what I'm going with. And total 3, 4, 5 million total. And that's it. So let's move on. All right. So what else we got? We got three more movies actually. His Only Son is actually a wide release, so I have to talk about that. I'm gonna do that next, and then Spinning Gold, and then 1001. So, this, why? So just stay tuned for all those. But yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage. All previous prediction videos I made this year and the other years I've been doing this. You can go right ahead. There's also the canceled series where I go over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. I've never covered this movie once, so there's that. I've made, shoot, 183 episodes. So if you want to watch any of those episodes, go right ahead. You want to binge them all from beginning to now, I highly encourage you to do that, so go do it. And there's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. March recap will come out after Easter, so stay tuned for that. If you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.